was yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah, it was good. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a little bit. You had fun.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Hey, Biscuit,
Yeah.
long time no
How's
see.
things? All right?
Yeah. In the snow, are you?
In the snow, yeah. I took
Trying to
that.
read your top.
Camry.
All right. Wow. It was wrinkled. Or was that you?
No, I think I need a good iron
Just stiffening out, is it?
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are we doing?
All right.
Plodding along.
I
As you do.
wasn't sleeping, so everything's going great.
Good show.
Yeah. I didn't put my screensaver on because every time I put my screensaver on, Dave goes like that.
I don't know if it's that, man. I don't know. I actually think it's Dave's Wi-Fi or something like that, or something to do with his computer.
If he's all right, I'll put it on and see if it happens.
Yeah, all right. He's not coming in. Is nobody coming in?
Yeah, no, nothing much happened, Biscuit. It's been pretty quiet.
Yeah, not a great deal on. We've got a fair bit of work going on in the house, so thankfully that's coming towards an end now.
What are you doing? I missed it when you were telling people what you're doing.
We changed the stairs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
So
So they just come down now instead of going up, yeah?
yeah. Yeah.
So you got your lift in, have you?
No, funnily enough, people said, oh, have you had a lift put in? And I said, no, I don't exactly need a lift just yet, but
Stenner links, or was it? No, it's the Stenner lifts as well.
Yeah. They're costly bits of kit though, aren't they?
Well, people, yeah, our next door neighbours had some fantastic thing put in, but I think it looks pretty complicated. God knows what it cost, but she hates using it apparently because it takes so long to get her upstairs.
Yeah. Sam's just texted his laptop was crashed, so he can't get on.
Mm-hmm.
I had a message. I don't know if you had it, Carl. From Amy the other day. Saying that, I had a mail from Amy. I don't know if you had it as well. I'm not sure. I didn't see who it to. Just said she's back now, sort of to her normal self, and she's going to send us something over. So,
all right.
I didn't write to her or anything. It's just
all right. Cool. All right. So, well, we'll see about that then, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've been looking at what that other guy was doing, the other guy we were looking at last week.
Yeah.
And some nice stuff he's doing, man. And I got a few ideas for that as well. But,
yeah.
I don't know, but...
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, but the trouble is, you never know how much it is, do you? There's no, like... They don't say they charge £100 an hour or whatever, do they?
Well, no, it's by piece and by the piece, isn't it? You just give you a price for the piece at the beginning, and that's it, isn't it?
Mm. Well, that's the thing with. I mean, has she given us an idea of a price? Because if she did, that's probably 2 years ago now, and that's prices of everything that were quoted 2 years ago have gone up substantially now.
Yeah, she did, but it was. I've sort of left £1,000 to play with.
Which is quite good.
I can't say really, but from
is that enough?
Well, that's what we got, isn't it? So
yeah.
Other than that, it's up to Wix.
Yeah. Yeah. Or we may end up using a few pallets.
Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe you should have done that in the first place. One of the problems is, Con, with these people, unless they've worked for the council before, putting it on council land is a nightmare.
Yeah, I can imagine. I was trying to explain that to one of my friends here, like telling him a story about the bench, you know, and because you don't really have that sort of thing here in France. And they could, yeah, it must be very difficult with the council because they wanting this or that.
Couldn't they speak it in French?
They could speak in French as well with the accent of hello, hello.
I never knew I could understand French, but I do.
Yeah, it's very easy, you know. It is. I have to speak very slowly, and you will understand all the French that I speak. It's very good, like fromage.
What do you call fromage in French?
Fromage.
Ah, right.
It is the cheese. The very nice cheese you have in the Britain, in the roast beef, in the pay of the land of the roast beef, you have the cheese from the cheddar. Cheddar.
I've hit that wall where I can't stop yawning. Isn't that funny? I don't know if you ever had that.
No. The only one, no. I'm fully awake. I had a little siesta this afternoon. It was great.
It's not tiredness. It's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know what goes to yawn. Is it something to do with the oxygen levels?
It's in France they say un coup de barre. It's when you got a low moment, you know. Oh, what do you call that? I don't know what do you call it in English. Oh, j'ai un coup de barre. I feel all washed out, you know, or something like that. Then it lasts for about a second, you know, and you yawn.
I don't know. Have we got a word for that?
Yeah.
Just feeling a bit down. Yeah, knackered. You've been having your weekly pints, Biscuit?
Yes, I go up the club on a Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite busy.
Is that the only time you go out now?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah. We used to go out on a Saturday night, you know, a few couples, but due to one thing and another, that seemed to have tailored off.
And is that like a 4 or 5 pint night or what?
No, it's more like a 6, 7 or 8.
Excellent. Well, if you're going to go out, you may as well go out, don't it?
Well, no, well, I don't know. I struggle now, depending on what beer I'm drinking. But I did go out a few weeks ago and I had about 6 or 7 pints of cool. But I normally like a sweeter beer sort of thing that people normally hate, like Doom Bar or something like that.
No, I can't handle it. I don't like. I try to drink home, you know, real ale stuff, but I don't like it.
Well, Doom Bar isn't this more like a cream flow, really?
No, I'm not a fan of that. I probably find it easier if it came out of a fridge, but I don't find the bitters cold enough.
And I find them too cold.
Is it?
Yeah.
I like everything chilled. Everything cold should be chilled, even wine.
Yeah, I can't understand where they have Guinness. You go to Ireland, Guinness room temperature. You come here, and it's like just below, just above freezing point.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's ridiculous because you can't taste the Guinness. It's cold.
Yeah.
It's like eating.
No, they only do it so they can pour it quickly.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get a big head.
Yeah, because when you go into Ireland, there's always about 8 pints on the bar, just about ready.
Yeah.
And then you bottle them up when they give them to you because it takes so long to pour. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've never had a shamrock on a pint of Guinness in Ireland either.
No?
No.
Come to think of it now.
You know, here when they finish it, here they do like a shamrock with the froth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've had that in Dublin.
Like buying a latte, isn't it? You know, with a heart on it or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I gone off lattes as well. So either a coffee now or nothing normally. Sometimes I have Americano.
Yeah.
But talking about eating, drinking these things, so it's like tomatoes. If you eat tomatoes and they're been in the fridge, then you can't taste them. You have to leave them at room temperature, don't you?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't taste any of the vegetables from the supermarkets, to be honest. I go to the fresh fruit shop sort of thing. I forgot his name now. It'll come to me in a minute. And there, the fruit and vegetables taste completely different. You know, you have a carrot, it's got a taste. If you buy a carrot from Tesco, it's just like eating a lump of ice or something. There's nothing to it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The choice is yours. That was the name of the shop.
Yeah.
In case anybody's watching, they want to go to the vegetable shop, the choice is yours.
Yeah.
Where is it, Mike?
Huh?
Where is it?
In Mumbles.
All right, okay.
The greengrocers.
All right.
Not many of them left.
No, he's the only one around here now.
It used to be a good one. Remember the greengrocers next to the Tiv? It used to be next to the Tiv. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember. I know we used to look at things like that when I was younger.
It wasn't that. It must be I was about 30-ish, perhaps, yeah. Oh, it's quite a while ago.
If now, Con, it looks like a Boeing 557 or whatever. There's about 3 lines of seats just looking out towards the captain's cabin.
What? Where? What?
Coffee shop.
Where?
Where the tip is.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the entrance to the tip was. There's 3 rows of seats with tables in front of them, looking straight out onto Mumbles Road.
Oh, nice. No, this one used to be just to the left of the Tiv, when you're looking at the Tiv from the road.
Yeah, I know you are. I think that's a cat shop now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Biscuit would know it. He's probably been in there.
No.
Yeah, he's
Be my first port of call.
Save the cat. Anyway, going back to the cemetery. We were walking along. They went through all these people showing us VCs, famous singers, all this sort of opera singers, things like that. And then when we come past, I seen one, Trevor Ford. Do you remember him, this kid?
Yeah.
He was up there. And when I was telling Bev, who was doing the tour, I brought her into it now and given her a full explanation. She was quite excited by it because even though she's passed it a few times, she didn't know who it was or anything, you know.
I didn't even know. I thought he was. When did he die then?
Oh, about 10, 12 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Who's Trevor Ford? Excuse me.
He was a footballer. He managed, I don't know if he managed or assistant manager of Swans, wasn't he? For a while. He played for Wolves, Wales, Swansea, Cardiff. In fact, he's still the record since 1954. He's still held the record for the quickest goal for Cardiff in 15 seconds. So
I think it was Trevor Ford. You know what Dick Barton's is?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Dick Barton's the bottom of West Cross.
Yeah.
You know, the flats above the shops.
Yeah.
I think he used to live there.
We made it. I think it was in West Cross. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember my son did his apprenticeship for the council, and he was saying he worked in a flat, and when he went in there, this bloke had loads of football trophies all over the place, and he said, "Oh, you used to play football?" And he said, "Yeah, I used to play a bit." And that was Trevor Ford.
I see. Was he a footballer when we were selling programs or something, Mike?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, he may have been.
Yeah, because the name seems to come back to me now. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, 2003.
79. Right.
10 years ago.
Bit longer than I thought then.
20 years ago, Biscuit, not 10.
Yeah, 20, yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a few interesting. I didn't put it on the thing, but let me show you this other one that was. Where is it? There's that one and that one. I'll show you two. Yeah.
All right, then. Go on then.
Oh, there's only one come up. I know. Can you just see the one? Or can you see the two?
Jack, beloved.
I can see Jack, beloved, Mabel Daniels, Jack Daniels.
Right. I looked at her and we were talking to her. She did the guiding, and we said, "So why here?" sort of thing. She said, "Well, really, it's a sort of the statue there, the angel on the thing." I said, "Yeah, it's nice," but that was a trophy apparently. This guy was a big motorcyclist. Like he won all sorts of things, like world champion type of thing back in the day. So I'd never heard of him, but he was obviously, he was a huge sort of star in his day. And this one, although you can't see it very well, was it this one?
Harriet Florence.
Maybe it wasn't. Oh, James Bancroft. No, he was something else. So sorry, I'll cancel that. But there's another one who like he won the VC, and she went through the story how he won the VC. Like there's not many people won a Victoria Cross, is it?
No.
So I think he's the only one up there. But like,
I know I remember my grandmother used to go to a grave every week to put flowers on it, and it was her son, which would have been my uncle. He was killed during the war in a bomber that blew up on takeoff with a full bomb load, and there was one. I think he was Australian or Canadian, I think. He was through from the plane. And he survived it. But the others that were on the plane, there was basically nothing left of them. So his proper war grave is in Harrogate. But she bought a plot in Oystermouth. It just looked like a proper grave. And I don't know if any of those are there.
These are the war graves here.
All right.
If you ever go up there, they're always the sort of white ones like this. If you look,
those type of stones, yeah. But this wasn't a war grave as such. It was just a traditional.
None of these were, Biscuit. What happened? The War Graves Commission has come and put all these stones on.
Right.
So there's some there, and if you look, there's some further down as well. But, they're all sort of there. I didn't read them, but there's about 12 of them there.
Right.
So the War Graves Commission comes and looks after them every year.
All right.
So yeah, so I've never really noticed them. I've obviously seen them, but and something else I didn't know. I don't know if you know this. Do you know these like quite big sort of? I call them sarcophaguses. Like the quite big sort of plinths and everything.
Mausoleum.
Yeah, you go in them and you can go down about 10 steps, and there's like 4 sort of places for coffins in them.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
like a crypt. Yeah, I know that some of the graves in Oystermouth, because I used to know the bloke that worked for, well, it was Nurse and Payne, but do you know Mike Isaacs?
Who?
Do you know Mike Isaacs?
No.
Well,
Just not for the cat.
Oh, Biscuit. Going to get
yeah,
you.
yeah.
He's got red paws.
Mike Isaacs took over Nurse and Payne, and they had, yeah, it's what do they call them? Monumental masons. But there are, I'm not sure what religion it is, but if they are buried or when they're buried, they don't go in the earth. They actually build a hole, put a concrete floor in the bottom, and then they build the grave out of brickwork. So that the grave is the coffin is lowered into it, and then the gravestone is a slab put over the top of it, so it's never backfilled with earth.
No.
So then you can use it then, can you, for the family?
Yeah, well, I suppose you could, but I don't know how many of those there are in Oystermouth. But I used to know one of the boys that was a bricklayer that worked for him.
All right. Yeah, I don't think they do much up there now, to be honest.
Hey, Biscuit, your beer's looking a bit watered down, son.
No, it's not beer.
It's vodka, is it?
No, gin and tonic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, gin and tonic, eh? I see there's a man with money, come on. Gin and tonic. I bet he's got loads of ice in it as well.
No, I haven't got ice in it.
Oh, well done.
All right. See, after you said everything's going to be cold.
But it is cold. The gin's in the fridge, the tonic's in the fridge.
Right.
The ice waters it down, doesn't it?
I don't know. I'm like, if I have a gin and tonic, I put the whole bottle in. If Sharon has it, she puts about, I don't know, about a fifth of the bottle in. If that, in a large gin, I just like a load of tonic with it.
Yeah. I think, to be honest, I mean, how many times have you had a gin and tonic and you're out and you think to yourself, is there any gin in this?
Yeah.
I think that happens a lot.
Unless you're in Spain or Greece or somewhere.
Yeah.
But they just sort of go.
Yeah.
Look around. There you go.
Yeah. There's no room for any tonic left.
But the thing is, it's not normally proper gin, is it?
No.
Because they top the bottles up with their own gin.
Yeah.
I mean, like Sharon's quite an expert with gin, and if it's not what it says, like she prefers Gordon or what's the other one? Is it Tanqueray?
Yeah.
She prefers one of them, but if it's not one of them, she knows straight away.
Yeah.
I think we should have Bombay Sapphire, but otherwise.
Yeah. Well, I'd never tasted Tanqueray, and then I was down my daughter's house, and she said to me, "Have a gin and tonic," and I said, "Yeah, okay." And she picked up this bottle of Tanqueray. I said, "What the hell is that?" And she said, "Haven't you ever?" Because there's two different Tanqueray. Well, there's loads of different Tanquerays now, but initially there was just Tanqueray and Tanqueray 10, wasn't there?
Yeah.
But Tanqueray 10 is like, it's like having milk in coffee or double cream. I don't know how what's in it, but it just seems much smoother.
Yeah. It's much stronger anyway, isn't it?
I'm not sure about the strength of it. Right, Rob?
How you doing, boys?
How are we doing?
Not too bad.
Doesn't look as though he's done his tiling, does it?
No, this is the kitchen anyway, not the bathroom. How are we doing, boys? Good week, bad week?
Yeah, great.
We're all just saying nothing much has happened.
Yeah.
I went,
Phones away.
I went, I
That's
went
a thing.
to the doctors and came back with an A1 bill of health. I can't believe it.
Oh, well
You're
done.
lucky to see a doctor. Bloody hell. It's a rare event in this country.
Oh, God, life. No, I don't know how you do it in Britain like that, you know. I could phone up in the morning and get a rendezvous in the afternoon, you know.
Can't even phone up anymore. You have to do it on the internet. You have to do was it through my GP or something? Some
Yeah,
bloody
that
strange
was-
thing.
Ask
I
my
was,
G-
I was talking about that with Morgan this week about doctors and stuff. And you know, like my daughter's moving back to France in May, I think, and she's stoked because she says, "Oh, good God, I can get some good attention with some French medicine."
Yeah, won't get anything here.
No, you know,
No.
amazing.
that was
And
pathetic. We were actually thinking, well, Marion said about changing doctors because our doctor is she crazy. As you say, you just can't get hold of them.
You know, I wouldn't change, Andrew, because they wouldn't take you on and you could end up with no doctors.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They'll turn
Yeah, but
around
I
and say, oh, we won't take you on. You've got too many problems.
Yeah, you're old.
yeah,
Yeah, old and decrepit,
Yeah,
like the rest of us.
You talk about ask my GP. When I did that about 3 or 4 weeks ago on a Monday, they said, "Oh, you couldn't see me on Monday."
Which Monday? Any
Yeah.
Monday,
They
ever.
don't do no Mondays, so
No.
they don't do Saturday, Sunday, or Monday now.
yeah. But when that system started, it was brilliant with our GP.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it
because
never
before
works.
everybody
now.
got used to it.
They've just taken it down now, and it hasn't worked for ages.
Oh, they don't want to see people, do they? It costs them money to see you.
Yeah,
almighty man.
They
This
don't want to see you. I tell you what you should do. What I've done, we joined this Ben and Den.
I've been in
healthcare
that for
system.
years.
And if you go to the doctor and they say, "Oh, well, I don't know, I'll put you on the list for the see the specialist." I said, "How long's the list?" Oh, depending what it is, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months.
Fucking hell.
And you just get a letter from him saying how long it's going to take, and you go to Benetton, and they get you in usually within, a week,
Yeah.
maybe 2.
Yeah, the last few times I've been in hospital, I've been through Bennington. They are good.
It's worth the 23, 4 quid a month for 2 of us now. I think it is
Yeah, something like that.
definitely worth it. But you shouldn't have to, though, should you? It's now become you have to, but not many people can afford it. So it's
Yeah,
Yes. I tell you what, when I had my arm just before my shoulder was I had operated on, I wasn't even thinking. It's got so bad that I went to my doctor and I said, "Look, is there anything that can be done?" She said, "Well, there's only one thing to do, and that's see if we can operate on it, if it's operatable, if it wasn't too bad." I said, "Well, yeah, I'd love." That was on a Tuesday. The Thursday after, I was in getting a scan. And then the week after that, I was in having the operation.
you wouldn't even get an appointment with a doctor in that time.
yeah. We would have failed at the first hurdle.
It needed to be done, so it was done. And there wasn't any huffle up. And it's not that there's less people going to the doctor. It's just that a little bit more organised over here, I think.
Well, you paid a lot more into your health.
Mind
service than we did.
Mind you, Con, if somebody in this country came from another country and then went to the doctor, they get to dealt with just like you did. So I suppose you were there. You're like an infiltrator, aren't you? Really?
No, I'm not an infiltrator. What do you mean?
Well, you're not from France, are you? I mean, let's be
Not
fair.
from France, but I'm half Breton. I'm Welsh, but I'm half Breton.
You can't be half Breton. Was your mum and dad wasn't Bretonese or?
They were thinking
French.
about it. They were thinking about it. No,
Yeah.
no, it's
So you don't pay any health care then, Con?
I did, yeah. No, I haven't got a mutual, a private one. I just
Right.
I got because of my heart as well. I get certain things that are 100%.
All right.
If I go into hospital, like it's 100%. I don't pay anything. May have to pay a room for the first 1 or 2 days, something like that.
Right.
But for the doctor, no, at the moment I don't pay anything.
Yeah. And what's the average price for when you say you pay for 1 or 2 days?
Oh, I don't know. I never paid. But like to visit, if you want to visit the doctor, okay, and and now that's all they got they call a card vital, a vital card. You just give them your card, and if then that will tell you how much of a percentage when you're through your working life, what you have a certain percent that is paid by the government when you visit the doctor or you have medicine and stuff like that. Like, and I was working well on the music and I was paying well, so I'm on about 90%.
Mm.
So if I didn't have anything else, I just have the 90%. But now they call it a long-term malady, a long-term illness. You get special dispensation for that, and because of my heart, and I get certain medicines free, but then some I have to pay for. But it's only I pay the 10%, not the 90%.
Right.
Yeah, it's quite a good system, but especially if you worked a bit.
Yeah. Well, I think it's crashing around our years. I think our
Yeah,
Crashed, didn't it?
so-called
Gone bad.
wonderful NHS.
it's sounds
The
like
thing is, about 40 years ago, I think it was, when we were thinking of joining Europe, I think it was, that we opted out of the European system of paying for healthcare because it was deemed too expensive for Britain, because we were already quite taxed at the time. And if all the governments said, oh, if we increase national insurance contributions, we're never going to get voted in again. So nobody increased national insurance contributions, either from the employer or the employee. Whereas in France and Germany, they decided, well, we're going to pay quite a high price and we'll have a good service.
Yeah.
And now we've got a crap service and Europe's got a great service.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah, we pay for.
Yeah, it was like in where was it, Denmark? You pay very, very high taxes there. Not taxes, but stuff for for the medicine and stuff. But your health care is free. It's like in Britain, it's like a national health service, but that's because you paid so much in contributions, sort of thing.
Same thing's happened to the pension, isn't it? The government didn't want to increase pension payments for people working and the employers, and we ended up with a crap pension scheme. In France, they say they're going to put it up 2 years, and everybody goes up on strike. In Britain, they say, "Sorry, another 7 years, mate," and they all go, "Oh, that's crap. Never mind. We'll carry on."
They're freaking out at the moment, but the retirement age, because the government are trying to vote it in. They started at 65, now they got it down to 64, and people are still freaking out about it. I mean, huge demonstrations about it.
Well, ours is going up to 70, from women who were working and retired at 60. In the next few years, it'll be 70 for them to retire.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
She'd have lost 6 years at about, was it $9,000 a year? 54 grand.
Sorry to interrupt. I found this. This is
right.
friend Philip Rushton.
Is he left now?
Excellent.
He's going to leave on April the 1st, I believe.
Fool's Day, never mind. I must pop down and see him.
Yeah. So I just thought I'd show you that.
Oh, he's looking very chipper, isn't he?
Yeah. I did have a video, but I can't find the video anymore. It's there somewhere. I got him to say hello to everybody, but he didn't really say much apart from hello.
He didn't say much.
Yeah.
So yeah. I thought he'd be I don't think anybody left working after him, Gibber, to be honest.
I'm the last man standing.
Looks like, doesn't it?
Yeah, pissing me off.
You should do something about it, Kip, man. Put your foot down and just say, fuck it, let's retire.
Well, yeah,
Get
but
a caravan. Go and live in a caravan.
it's a bit more difficult than that because I got jobs ongoing, which have started last year, which will probably carry on for another 6 months or so. I can't just say I'm not going to do it because they just sue me.
What if you drop down dead tomorrow? Could they sue you?
Let's sue the company.
Yeah, well,
You have to find someone else to finish the jobs off.
Yeah.
That's why I got high professional indemnity insurance to cover me against people suing me. Which I have to pay for another 6 years after the day I retire.
Really?
Yeah. Called runoff.
Oh, in case something goes wrong in that time.
In one of those jobs I've ever worked on, if something goes wrong and they come to sue me and I'm not there, they can sue the insurance company because I've taken out an insurance policy. Otherwise, they can sue me personally. Unlike normal limited companies, you wind a limited company that all your liabilities go with a company. But if you're a consultant and you offer services, professional services, you don't. You shut the company and you then become personally liable.
Is it not off then, sort of thing, that they're happy with everything you've done?
Well, I have to be happy with everything I've done. And when I sign off my PI insurance, I have to tell them I've had no issues. No one's made any claims. And then I have to pay another 6 years PI insurance cover. And they'll pick up anything that happens within 6 years. After that period, it's too late anyway.
Is that the standard time in 6 years?
Yeah. And if you're an estate, not saying an estate agent, a professional RICS surveyor in terms of real estate, you indemnity may be something like 25 grand a year. So you've got to pay 6 years of that. So you've got to pay £150,000 just to shut your company down.
So if you were to say to advertise to sell a company and somebody to take your business on, couldn't you incorporate that into it?
Yeah, they can then take on the PI insurance and they carry on working the company. That's something I'm going to look into shortly.
So it would, that's what I was going to say. So what's the last job you took on?
Oh, well, they're still ongoing. In this case, the last one is when the last one finishes. The last big job will finish in the next couple of weeks.
Right.
That was just under $500,000. So that's the biggest job I've worked on. But I think it's unlikely for these jobs to go wrong anyway, because my input is only small in terms of the overall value of the building. As if I designed everything, you got structural engineers and other people who've inputted stuff. And if the building fails, it's usually because of a structural engineering design. If someone else fails, it's the water's leaking in somewhere, then it's repairable.
I'm sure you just asked this, but so if you sold your company, would the new owners have to take it on?
Yeah, they take on the liability then.
And if you went bust?
I have to carry on the liability. I still carry the liability.
That's a bit
if you're bankrupt, you can't though, can you?
Well, they take everything from you. They take your property, your house, and because Sheila's the secretary, they take everything she owns. So I can't transfer anything out into someone else's name because they just say, well, where's it gone?
But surely your property's